Malaysia closely monitoring situation in West Asia. Communications and multimedia blueprint to make Malaysia digital nation. Thanks for joining me, Renee Fong, on the evening edition of News on 2. Defence Minister Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein today reiterated Malaysia's strong stance on the Jerusalem issue, stressing that the country will closely monitor the situation in West Asia for any eventuality. Defence Minister Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Hussein said Malaysia's armed forces are ready to lend assistance in West Asia if the situation escalates following the US move. He added the armed forces are on standby and will await any signal or command from the leadership to contribute in an appropriate role.
Kita akan pantau secara dekat dengan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri, Timbalan Perdana Menteri. Tetapi apa jua tindakan kita, ianya mestilah ke arah membantu dan membina dan mengawal situasi di sana.
Speaking at a media conference in Parliament today, Datuk Sri Hishamuddin was of the opinion that any conflict in West Asia can be worked out through diplomatic means, especially through the Arab League and the Organisation of Islamic Cooperation, OIC. Meanwhile, hundreds of demonstrators gathered outside the US Embassy in Jakarta today to protest US President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. It was the fourth consecutive day of protests in the world's most populous Muslim country to denounce Trump's decision. The self-proclaimed Forum of Young Front of Islamic United burned US and Israeli flags as well as banners featuring images of Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Indonesian President Joko Widodo has strongly condemned Trump's move, which he described as a violation of UN resolutions.
Pernyataan yang sangat zolim ya, karena sesungguhnya Yerusalem atau Al-Quds itu adalah ibu kota dari Palestina, Jadi Israel sebenarnya bukan sebuah negara, tapi Israel itu adalah penjajah, penjajah yang menjajah rakyat Palestina.
Dengarkan Trump, kami umat Islam bangsa Indonesia tidak akan pernah gentar dengan apa yang Anda katakan. Kami siap mengirim kepala Anda untuk kita kirimkan kepada saudara-saudara kita di bumi Palestina.
Indonesia has long been a strong supporter of Palestinians and has no diplomatic ties with Israel. The Communications and Multimedia Ministry has proactively formulated the Communications and Multimedia Blueprint CMB 2018 to 2025 to empower and strengthen the country's communications and multimedia sector. Deputy Minister Datuk Sri Jailani Johari said the blueprint will officially be launched in the first quarter of next year. The blueprint, which took 15 months to prepare, would equip Malaysia to become more connected in a digitally advanced era and become a digital nation. Datuk Sri Jailani said the blueprint was anchored on 6 strategic imperatives, namely connecting people, strengthening trust, intensifying engagement, accelerating innovation, catalyzing creativity, and empowering talent.
For the sake of digitizing, but to heal the aspect of CNN sector, okay?
Di dalam alam cyber ni, so I think it's important, adalah pentingnya bahawa ada keyakinan antara pihak kerajaan dan juga pihak rakyat. So apabila kita bercakap tentang industri 4.0, so maknanya dalam alam cyber, apa saja transaksi ataupun aktiviti yang kita laksanakan, kalau ada elemen security, dia akan meletakkan kepercayaan kepada masyarakat untuk turut terlibat dalam inovatif ataupun industri CNM ni.
Datuk Sri Jailani said this in his speech at the CMB Forum in soft launch themed Digitizing and Humanizing in Putrajaya today. Parti Pesaka Bumiputra Bersatu PBB Supreme Council member Dr. Nuing Jeluing and former Pago MCA Division Chairman Dr. Lim Pei Hen were today sworn in as senators for the first time. Meanwhile, UMNO Education Bureau Chairman Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Dr. Ibrahim Abu Shah took his oath as senator for the second term. The three were sworn in before Dewan Negara Speaker Tan Sri S.A. Vigneswaran. Dr. Nguyen, 65, from Miri, Sarawak, replaces Datuk Lee Han Jok as senator whose term ended on December 7th this year. Dr. Nguyen, a former chief medical officer of Shell Malaysia Berhad, said the Senate appointment would give him a bigger opportunity to champion the people, especially in Sarawak. Datuk Lim, 60, from Jementah in Segamat, Johor, said he would continue to look into the welfare and development of the local community and play a more active role in solving their problems. Meanwhile, Tan Sri Dr. Ibrahim, who was Vice-Chancellor of University Technology Mara UiTM from 2001 until 2009, was appointed as a member of the Dewan Negara or Senate for the first time on November 3rd, 2014. 4 anglers who went adrift at sea for more than 20 hours when their boat engine failed were rescued yesterday by the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency MMEA off Pulau Tiga. They arrived at the Labuan Maritime Jetty at 12:10 a.m. today. The anglers identified as Ali M. Yusof, 62, Jamhari Bujang, 54, Wilfred Balang Singa, 38, and Amri Ahmad Astor, 33, had left Pohon Batu, Labuan around 4:10 p.m. on Saturday. However, their fishing boat developed technical trouble around 10:30 p.m. after being hit by a huge waves and heavy rain, causing the boat to drift off to Pulau Tiga. Labuan MMEA Operations Deputy Director Maritime Commander Nur Bakari Abu Bakar said the search and rescue began at noon on Sunday following a distress call by the anglers' family members.
Kita telah berjaya menemukan bot dan juga mangsa di lokasi yang telah diberikan awal tadi melalui GPS yang telah disalurkan kepada kami oleh pihak mangsa sendiri, dan keadaan mangsa alhamdulillah semua selamat.
Upon arrival, one of the anglers, Jamhari, who has high blood pressure, was immediately sent to Labuan Nucleus Hospital. Meanwhile, the MMEA has launched a search and rescue operation for 2 anglers who went missing after their boat sank about 500 nautical miles from Middle Rocks off Kota Tinggi yesterday. MMEA Southern Region Deputy Director Operations Captain Maritime Sanifa Yusof said the anglers Tan Sung Heng, 35, and Chan Chung Kwok, 51, disappeared after they were spotted by the Abu Bakar Maritime Base in Middle Rocks clinging onto their boat, which sank at 4:20 p.m. yesterday. The MMEA launched the search and rescue operation soon after it was notified of the mishap by the Abu Bakar Maritime Base. An MMEA patrol boat rushed to the location but found that the boat had sunk and the 2 anglers were missing. The search and rescue operation resumed today with 30 personnel from the MMEA, Marine Police and Royal Malaysian Navy. Police have detained the driver of the trailer laden with fish fertilizer who was involved in an accident that killed 3 siblings at a traffic light junction near Mara Junior Science College, MRSM, in Lenggong, Perak yesterday. In a statement today, Gerik District Police Chief Superintendent Ismail Che Isa disclosed that the driver is being detained under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Early investigations revealed that the trailer had a brake-related problem that caused it to lose control and rammed into the cars that were waiting at the traffic lights near MRSM Lenggong. 2 8-year-old twins and their 22-year-old sister were killed in the accident. 3 more people were seriously injured, 2 slightly hurt, while 6 others escaped unharmed in the 5-vehicle pileup. Meanwhile, the father of the deceased siblings were among the seriously injured and remains in critical condition at Hospital Taiping. 5 foreign women were detained in a raid at an entertainment outlet at Jalan Kempas 1, Bandar Penawar, Kota Tinggi, Johor, early this morning for engaging in employment without permits. Kota Tinggi District Police Chief Superintendent Ashmun Baja said the raid under Ops Noda was conducted by the narcotics investigation teams from the Kota Tinggi and Bandar Penawar police contingents. During the raid, 39 local patrons were also inspected. 2 men were arrested for alleged involvement in a cheating case, while 7 others tested positive for drugs. Also seized were 1 karaoke set and 1 music machine set. All those arrested are aged between 30 to 40. The local suspects are being remanded for 7 days beginning today, while the foreign nationals for 14 days. The court hearing for a police officer alleged to have murdered his wife in Serian, Sarawak this year may be transferred from the Serian Court to the Kuching High Court. According to Serian District Police Chief DSP Azwandi Anis, this is to enable the case to be investigated using more comprehensive hearing instruments. DSP Azwandi also confirmed to RTM that the investigation into the case had taken almost 7 months. The proposal to have the case transferred to the Kuching High Court will be decided during the case remention on December 21st at the Serian Court. In May, the police officer with the rank of inspector was arrested for allegedly murdering his wife with a gun. The suspect was alleged to have shot the victim twice, once on the neck and the other on the chest, at the latter's house in Kampung Kakai, Serian near Kuching. The victim's 62-year-old mother insisted that her daughter was 2 months pregnant. Right up, over 1.2 million Terengganu residents to receive free water. Welcome back. International Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Seri Mustafa Mohamad has expressed his confidence that the Comprehensive and Progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership (CPTPP) will open up stronger economic opportunities for the nation. In his response to Senator Datuk Abdul Rahman Mat Yassin during the Dewan Negara sitting today, Datuk Seri Mustafa said participating in the Free Trade Agreement (FTA) will ensure that Malaysian products and services will gain access to the global market.
Maka walaupun dah setuju perkara trust di Danang, ada perkara yang perlu dibincangkan lagi. Jadi apabila habis bincang tu dah setuju, maka kalau 6 negara setuju, 11 kita ada 11, kalau 6 setuju, lepas tu 2 bulan lepas tu akan kuasalah TPP 11 ini, ya. Lepas tu prosesnya kena dipanggil ratifikasi pula. Jadi walaupun sekarang itu setuju di Danang, ada beberapa proses lagi, 3 proses. Yang pertama ialah untuk kita runding apa dipanggil surat-surat sampingan. Malaysia pernah ada 2 surat sampingan dengan negara lain. Yang kedua, setelah dirundingkan surat sampingan dan setuju belaka, maka 6 negara kena setuju. Barulah boleh buat benda TPP sebelah ni. Dan dalam pada itu, kalau dah setuju 6 negara pun kena ratifikasi pula. 20 buah negara perlu pergi ke parlimen. Jadi maknanya prosesnya mungkin hujung tahun depan lah, hujung tahun ni, ya, minta maaf kalau pun berlaku. Jadi itulah sebagai update kepada ahli yang berhormat.
Datuk Seri Mustafa added that although the CPTPP is smaller in market size compared to the TPP agreement, it propels Malaysia to the top of the pile when entering new markets such as Canada, Mexico and Peru. A total of 1,208 individual taxi licenses have been handed over to drivers whose lease agreement ends this year. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri, said of the total, 564 qualified drivers received RM5,000 grant each as a subsidy for them to purchase a new vehicle.
Geran itu adalah untuk sebagai deposit dia. So kalau dibagi RM5,000 saja, lepas tu dia tak dapat pinjam, tak ada, it doesn't serve the purpose. Sebab purpose dia adalah untuk mereka meminjam dan ini boleh dijadikan deposit. Dan pada masa yang sama, ini adalah satu proses untuk menggalakkan mereka berhijrah ke e-hailing.
Datuk Sri Nancy said this at the license presentation ceremony in Kuala Lumpur today. At the event, which was also attended by Land Public Transport Commission SPAD Chairman Tan Sri Isa Samad, 300 drivers received the license and 125 received the grant. Bank Simpanan Nasional BSN has appointed Dato' Yunus Abdul Ghani as its new CEO for a tenure period of 3 years, effective December 1st, 2017 until November 30th, 2020. In a statement today, BSN said Dato' Yunus has 30 years of experience in the banking industry. During that period, the bank said he has served in various aspects of banking operations, including international and Islamic banking. Dato' Yunus received his Bachelor of Business Administration from Eastern Michigan University in the US in 1985 and is a member of the Asian Institute of Chartered Bankers. Prior to his appointment as CEO, he was the bank's Deputy CEO for Corporate Support. According to BSN Chairman Tan Sri Abu Bakar Abdullah, the board is confident and believes that Dato' Yunus is able to lead BSN and thus streamline the organizational structure to enhance the business strategy so that generation of sustainable income is achieved. Malaysia Airlines Berhad MAB is offering a discount of up to 30% for economy flights to selected destinations through its 4-day double 12 deals. The national carrier said passengers would have to book their tickets from tomorrow until Friday to the destinations. Passengers can visit Malaysia Airlines website, participating travel agents and on the MH mobile app. The 4-day promotion is applicable for economy class travels only and valid for travel from December 19th this year to August 31st, 2018. MAB said direct flights from Kuala Lumpur to Guangzhou, Chongqing, Shanghai and Fuzhou start from as low as 849 ringgit. Other destinations include Beijing, Nanjing, Xiamen and Haikou. Malaysia Airlines will also be offering discounted fares for travels from Kuala Lumpur to Hong Kong and Taipei. The economy class fares include 30 kilograms check-in baggage allowance, complimentary meals and in-flight entertainment. The Terengganu state government will provide free water up to 20 cubic meters per household for the 1.22 million people residing in the state from next year. Terengganu Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Ahmad Razif Abdul Rahman said the 6.3 million ringgit per year allocation will benefit 100,000 homes in the state.
Jadi kerana dengan tidak jangan itu siapa yang melebihi 20 meter padu air ini, maka mereka akan berusaha untuk menjadikan 20. Jadi maka dengan tidak cara langsung ini kita telah melatih satu sikap berjimat cermat kepada rakyat, terutama kepada rakyat yang B40 dan N40.
Earlier today, Datuk Sri Ahmad Razif presented the 2018 Terengganu state budget totaling 1.996 billion ringgit with a deficit of 181 million ringgit in comparison to 1.815 billion ringgit in revenue. Speaking to the media afterwards, he disclosed that the state government has also allocated 47.88 million ringgit to develop the state's water supply program. 60% of survey works for the construction of Felda Next Generation Friendly Home RMGBF has been carried out. According to Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Razali Ibrahim, 20,000 housing units will be built in a period of 4 years. Concurrently, 8,000 housing units will begin construction next year.
Bila siap, kita akan jual pada harga yang sangat boleh dimiliki oleh generasi baru. Walaupun harga rumah itu sekitar RM75,000, namun pihak kerajaan telah pun memasukkan RM20,000 subsidi. Maknanya setiap seorang penerima nanti hanya perlu membayar RM55,000 bagi kawasan di Semenanjung. Itu tak termasuk bagi setiap rumah ada lagi satu lagi subsidi iaitu RM60,000 bagi prasarana keseluruhan kawasan pembangunan.
Datuk Razali Ibrahim was responding to a question from Senator Zahari Sarip. He also explained that Syarikat Perumahan Negara Berhad SPNB will be entrusted to develop the project so that every RMGBF unit can provide facilities such as community halls, youth sports centre and prayer rooms. Still ahead, trial begins against suspects in Istanbul nightclub attack. You're watching News on 2. Two journalists were back in court in Myanmar this morning, facing charges related to the flying of a drone over the National Parliament complex in the capital, Naypyidaw. Neither Lau Hon Meng from Singapore nor Mok Choi Ling from Malaysia spoke to reporters as they got out of the prison van and entered the court complex. They face two charges: importing a drone, which could bring a sentence of 3 years, and conducting illegal activities, which could result in a 5-year term if they are convicted. They were on assignment for Turkish radio and television when they were detained on October 27th in Naypyidaw. A Myanmar state-run newspaper has reported that the journalists intended to take photos of parliament buildings in pagodas in Naypyidaw when security guards spotted them. Also charged with them for importing the drone are their Myanmar translator Ang Neng So and their local driver Latin. Me, Renee Fong. The final list of athletes for the Malaysian contingent to the 2018 Commonwealth Games in Australia's Gold Coast will only be announced on January 7 and 8 next year. According to the President of the Olympic Council of Malaysia, Tan Sri Tunku Imran Tuanku Jaafar, the deadline to submit the final list of athletes to the Games organisers is 1 month before the Games begin on April 4th.
We have January, early January, 7th, 8th, we have a final selection committee meeting. We have hockey team, men, women, we have basketball ladies, we have rugby sevens, men, and about 98 individual athletes, in a lot of sports.
At the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland in 2014, the Malaysian contingent of 179 athletes competing in 14 events finished in 12th position among 71 countries with 6 gold, 7 silver and 6 bronze medals. And that concludes this edition of News on 2. In our top story, communications and multimedia blueprint to make Malaysia a digital nation. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 12:30. Till then, I'm Renee Loretta Fong. Thanks for watching and have a pleasant evening.